If you really want to demonstrate your B2 level vocabulary in the first certificate exam, you've got to stop using these 5 words. And, but, if, to, and because. Hi everybody, I'm Marcus from B2 English, and in today's video we're going to be looking at 5 conjunctions that you should really stop using and some alternatives that you can try. So we've looked at the 5 and here they are again. So and is used when we want to give some kind of additional information. But, as you know, is a conjunction we use when we're contrasting two different ideas or two different things. If is used when we want to give a condition. To, when we want to explain a purpose for a particular action. And of course, because, when we're giving a reason for an action. So each of these 5 conjunctions are incredibly basic. They're very, very low level, but there are alternatives that you can use. For example, when giving some additional information, we could use the phrase as well as or in addition to. When we want to contrast two different things, we could use the conjunction however or despite. For if, which explains a condition, we've got as long as and unless. To express a purpose, instead of using to, we could use so as to or in order to. And giving a reason, try to avoid using because, and instead, what about since or due to the fact that. Let's have a look at some examples how these might be used now. As well as playing computer games, I enjoy cycling in the park. You can see there the phrase as well as is used at the beginning of the sentence, followed by a gerund, and it's used with a comma to connect the two similar ideas. I'm really fond of history despite not doing well in the subject at school. Here, despite is used in the middle of the sentence with a positive form at the beginning and a negative afterwards, not doing. Notice that despite uses a gerund immediately following. I hope to attend a good university as long as I pass all my exams. So as long as instead of if. So it's showing the relationship, a conditional relationship between the two actions. I'm learning English so as to be able to live and work abroad. So as to expresses a purpose for that action. So instead of just using the to infinitive to express the purpose, we've used so as to be able. And remember, so as to is also followed by an infinitive. The conjunctions that we've just been looking at are not the only conjunctions we can use, but they're very good at demonstrating a B2 level vocabulary and a knowledge of grammar in terms of how we use them in a sentence. So a little bit of homework for you. We've still got the last one to express a reason, and remember we're trying to avoid using because. So remember we've got 2 possibilities to use here, since or due to. So your homework is to write a sentence using due to or since to express a reason, and I'd like you to write those in the comments below, and I'll be coming around and checking to see how you do and looking at your examples. So I hope you found this video useful. If you are preparing for the Cambridge English First, Do consider subscribing to the channel, and while you're here, why not have a look at some other videos to help you prepare for the exam. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.